Look at that. The snow goes quickly, doesn't it? Rapidly losing snow. I've already put in a request with Wild Edibles, which is a channel I really like, to send us another snowball so we can get refills here. The daffodils are very much emerging. They've already been pushing up even under the snow, as you can see. And I can see here that some of this stonework that they put in for my rain barrel is a bit in the way of the daffodils, but it'll be all right. And this is very icy because of the overflow pipe. I do very much want to slope this more deeply. I'm gonna very carefully step here because these are not great grippy shoes. But I think it's kind of fun that the daffodils are starting to come up. If you haven't been here for more than a year, you won't know how crazy the daffodil population is here. Wow, I overdid it at the beginning, right? And now it's 15 years later, so brace yourself. It's an explosion when it happens. The snowdrops are already budding up. So we're at the end of February. We will probably get a good bit more snow, at least once or twice more. I never did get these in the ground here and there, so I guess the other ones being here. So I guess we'll see how they did. And then this pot right here is the Yapon we had inside for its hot stratification and now being followed by its cold stratification. And I want to go through my labels on the Saskatoon and see which ones are seed Saskatoons. As I think, if not more hazelnuts, something needs to be planted in there. Something I want, you know? And the hazelnut cuttings might be a really good solution. Like maybe I can take more of my hazelnut cuttings and bring them right on down the line. I don't know. A bunny rabbit or deer droppings here. This fencing is around Prunus bassei, but unfortunately only one survived, and they do need cross-pollination. So I either need to get seed or find a place selling those again. It's funny how places will sell them and then they won't anymore, and you can't like go back and buy more. And that's what happened with that. Got quite a bit of native seeds that have been cold stratifying all winter, but they're all underneath wood chips that I'll need to pull back for them to take. And then I have some red buds I need to move and some sweet magnolia, which I like to call skittle plants, that I need to move. This is my compost that's just kind of sitting there chilling. You can kind of tell from the boxes and the way that the droppings from this have scattered that we had a heck of a windstorm. I did get this compost bin set up, but I need to put tent stakes in it to get it to stay. Let's see, what else? All of these, I need to sweep the porch, obviously. All of these pots, if I lift any one of them, the sides of daffodil bulbs will show. Like that. And it looks like I lost a label, but for the most part, I have them marked what they are. which is very nice. The sunset isn't spectacular, but it's kind of cool. So we can finish off with that at the end of this walkabout. I put Carolina allspice in here. In addition to that, in here, what does that say? Spice bush. Okay, that's what I meant. In addition to that, there are some red osier dogwoods. 3 of them specifically that I need to transplant out of there. They will then be unique genetics, and I can then take cuttings on those as well. And then this should be switchgrass, and I can transplant that. I've got myself stuck. Gonna have to keep after the weeds. My goodness, I didn't get rid of all the aster seeds through here. I did put a bunch of cuttings of elderberry in pots in the fall, and I hope that they end up rooting, such as all of these are, and this really big one here. I hope they end up rooting, but we'll see how they do. And that's from these here. I cut this back. See the daffodils coming up here too. I need to replace at least a pot full of wood chips there. Oh, that is a chilly breeze. That is a chilly, chilly breeze. So where would I get cuttings for hazelnuts? Well, I have 2 that are getting maybe a little too tall down there that are full native. And then I like how the colors jumping like that. That's neat. And then I have a whole bunch of Mark Shepherd's hybridized, improved ones coming along down here. And since I do need to trim the full native ones anyway, which I believe are Coryllis americana as far as the genetics on those, since I need to do that anyway, I will undertake that. I'm noticing something here. Do you see that? Do you see the clean bite? These had not only side shoots, but some of them, oh dear. You recognize that? And do you see this? Well, that's still alive. So I'm gonna press that into the ground, and this will be the first hazelnut cutting. But unfortunately, this precocious one isn't going to be fruiting this year now, will it? My gracious, that's unfortunate. This was the one I thought I'd get nuts off of, but that is almost definitely rabbit damage, just due to the cleanliness of the chew marks. They're not all ragged. They're very, very clean chomps. So, do I need to protect my hazelnuts? I thought they were pretty safe, but I guess the critters got hungry. So, I'll trim it right about here. Right about there at an angle. Push it into the ground. And I may make 2 of them. Maybe cut it here too and push that into the ground. Okay, well, I guess hazelnut cuttings have offered themselves up. Down here, as you can see, all of the snow is gone there. And in the front yard, except for right along here, there's snow right there, see? There's sheets of ice in front of the is the gate of the basement. Look at it. It almost looks like a rainbow, doesn't it? Doesn't it almost look like a rainbow? The way it arches, but that's just a cloud catching the sunset light from over there. I got a little excited for a second. I thought it was a rainbow. It's not. So that tour being said, I'm gonna put you in fast mode and we'll watch a sunset. We haven't done that in a while. And while you watch the sunset, I'm gonna prep this up. All I'm gonna do is cut it here and probably here, trim off this side branch here or that side branch there, and push it into the ground. That's all we're gonna do. So enjoy the sunset.
Thank you.